Hi, so welcome back to the channel. So after the pandas library, we will be discussing about the matplotlib library. So it is a very important library if you see in the terms of data visualization in Python. And in this video, I will be covering all the topics of it, that what is matplotlib library, why we use it in machine learning, what are the different type of uh, plots we can make by using this library. So let's start with the question, what is matplotlib library? So what is matplotlib? So basically, matplotlib is one of the most popular Python libraries used for data visualization. I will write it over here. Data visualization. In machine learning, it helps us understand data, analyze patterns, and visualize model performance using graphs and charts. It does not train machine learning models. See, basically, machine learning is not just about models. Instead, we have to see that we have to see our data, that how it looks and understand our data. So for that only we use this library. So it helps us to see and understand the data before and after training. So now next things come. Why is matplotlib used in ML? Like there are thousands of library, but why just matplotlib is used? So machine learning, as I told you, machine learning is just not about training algorithms. Before training a model, we need to understand the data set. So that's why matplotlib helps us to understand, visualize the data, visualize the data, find trends and patterns, detect outliers. I will show you how. Outliers, compare features, analyze model performance. So these are the, as far as I can remember, that these are the matplotlib help us. Without visualization, it becomes difficult to know whether the data is suitable for machine learning. So now comes the how to install this library. Installation. For installation, you just have to write pip install matplotlib. Okay. And for importing, you have to write import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Now I will explain you this line. So matplotlib over here is the main library. Pyplot is the module used for creating graphs. This is used for creating graphs, and this is the alias, which is the short name. Short name we use. Okay. So Almost every machine learning project imports it this way. Okay. Now comes, why do we use pyplot? Why do we use pyplot? So basically, pyplots provide functions for creating graphs quickly. Instead of writing long commands like matplotlib.pyplot.plot, we can simply write plt.plot. So instead of writing matplot.pyplot.plot, we can simply write it as plt.plot. Okay, which is much easier. Now comes types of graph. For this, I have an image. By that image, I will be showing to you. Let me make it big so that you can. So this image is covering mainly all the graphs and plots in it. So let's start. First is the line plot. So basically, it is used to show trends over time. Okay, I've also given you an example over there. You can just read this line of code, and basically we use it in the form of, like, we use lines over here to understand it. Okay, output is a line connecting all points. So basically, we in machine learning we use it over loss over epoch, accuracy over versus epoch, stock prices, temperature change. Okay, so this was line plot, and the second one is scatter plot. So scatter plot basically shows the relationship between two variables. Okay, and it is basically used in finding patterns, checking correlations, and visualizing data sets. So one example can be age versus salary. Next is your bar chart. So bar chart basically compare the categories. Okay, and it is used basically for feature comparison, category counts, and this is like a bar chart. You can see the difference between a bar chart and a histogram is that it is separated, like all the blocks over here are separated and it is joined over here. So this is basically bar chart, and we use basically we like these six we use, like till box chart I will be explaining. These are little like advanced level, and heat map we use for correlation and intensity. And so next is your histogram. So basically histogram is used to show the data distribution, that you can see that all the distribution data you can see over here, and it is used for check if data follows a normal distribution, and it is also used for detect skewness and detect outliers. Okay, and box plot also is used for detecting outliers. So mainly for detecting outliers we use box plot, and rest we use histogram. Next is your pie chart. Pie chart in simple terms, if I say, is used for showing the percentages. It is used for class distribution and market share. Next is your box plot. It is basically used for detect the outliers. So main of the data set values are over here, but some values are over here also. So these are the outliers. That wise, area chart is also there, subplot is also there, heat map is also there, and model performance is also there. Okay, but these are the advanced level, and this video I am covering the basic this library, and so that's why I am covering all this six and the heat map. Okay, so now next is your important function. So for first, if I write plt dot title and some value like ABC over here, so this will just give a graph line. So here if our it is here, just here it will write down ABC. It will give the heading to the graph. Okay, X label is also there, plt dot x label is student, std, student. So here it would give the heading student. This is the x line and this is the y line. Simultaneously, if you see the y axis, I will write plt dot y label, it is marks, and here it would go heading go for at marks. For adding a grid, we write plt dot grid is equal to true. So what it will do, it will just add grid line. Okay. And to what is, there is also function known as plt dot legend. What it will do, it will show labels for multiple graphs. Okay. And if you want to change the figure size, what you can write for that? Plt dot figure fixed size is equal to 8 comma any value. I am writing 8 comma 5 here. It will just change the graph size. Okay, so these were the some of the functions. So now next is how is matplotlib used in machine learning project. First is in EDA, exploratory data analysis. So before training, if I write plt dot hist df of age, it will find the age distribution. Second, it is used in checking relationships. If I write plt dot scatter df of area comma df dot price, it was used in car price prediction or house price prediction. Okay. Third is class distribution. Like in our iris flower project, we use species value count dot plot, and we like you kind is equal to bar. So it has made a bar plot. Okay, and next it is used in model accuracy. So it shows how accuracy improves during training. And fifth one is training loss. Loss should decrease as training progresses. It is like that. So all this were how the matplotlib used in machine learning project. Okay. Now I will tell you the advantages and disadvantages of this library. Advantages and limitation. There is no disadvantage. Advantages and limitations. Advantages. It is very easy to learn. Second, free and open source. You don't have to pay anything for downloading this library. Next is your works well with NumPy and pandas. Next is supports many chart types. As we have seen, more than 10 chart type is supports many chart types. Highly customizable. Next is your widely used in data science and machine learning. Now we will be talking about the limitations. Can require more code for complex visualization. This is personally I've also feel that it requires more code for complex. The code becomes very complex for complex visualization when I have to do. So there is another library Seaborn for that, and we will also discuss about that library in the coming videos. More code for complex visualization. Uh, Interactive plots are limited compared to specialized libraries. Next is some of the interview questions I would be discussing, that in interviews what type of question can be asked from this library. Question 1. Why is matplotlib used in machine learning? In machine learning. In simple words, you can answer, it is used to visualize data, identify patterns, detect outliers, and evaluate model performance through graphs and charts. Simple. Now, question number 2. Which module? I have discussed it earlier. Let's see if you can answer. Which module of matplotlib is most commonly used? Yes, it is matplotlib.pyplot. Question number 3. What is the purpose of plt.show? It displays the graph. Until you are not writing this line plt.show, the graph will not be displayed. You write the whole code, that x-axis, y-axis, title, label and all that, but if you are not writing plt.show, it would not be executed. Differentiate between line plot and scatter plot. So line plot connects data points to show trends, while scatter plot display individual points to show relationship between variables. And now the last question. Can matplotlib train machine learning models? This is also I have answered, but I will tell you. No, it is only used for visualization. Libraries like scikit-learn, TensorFlow or PyTorch are used for build and train machine learning models. So if I have to give the one summary to this matplotlib library, I would say that matplotlib is a Python visualization library that helps data scientists and machine learning engineers understand data, explore patterns and evaluate model performance through charts and graphs. So in this video, this was it, and thank you everyone.